for anybody that's in college or entering college that is either eyeing machine learning or data science, and because like we were talking about earlier about how the roles and titles are kind of interchangeable, inconsistent, or blurry, is there kind of coursework that you recommend either again people that are in college or going to college focus on or try to get into to come out with more well-rounded knowledge to pursue these kind of careers?
Absolutely. Statistics and linear algebra are critical. You can't take too much probability statistics and linear algebra. They are critical and underpin everything that we've seen in machine learning. One of the benefits of college is that it's an opportunity to learn things at a level of depth that you will not learn later in your career. You can always learn how to utilize the latest kind of large language model, but if you don't really develop a deep understanding of eigenvectors, you won't understand why something like LoRa, which is a popular way of fine-tuning large language models that's grown recently, works so well, or really understand it off the bat. If the opportunity to dig and develop that knowledge at that slightly deeper level is only really available during college, and it's a crime to not really take advantage of it during that time. The more specialized knowledge is much easier to learn later on. So that's the first suggestion I would give. The second suggestion, of course, is internships. Internships where you work as a software engineer is more important than internships where you would work as a data scientist, I would say, just because the difficulty of really understanding how large company software systems work is not something that's easily communicated via projects that you might do in a university setting, and is very marketable. So the two suggestions I would have are linear algebra, statistics, and probability as coursework, and internships to fill the gap in software. With the combination of those two things, you're an extremely attractive candidate for any kind of machine learning engineering role, regardless of whether or not you've learned the latest jargon in large language model worlds.
What about your experience? Was there anything that was beyond the, I guess, the almost like table stakes kind of coursework that is useful, but still aided you in your career, either in your specific field now or just in general?
I mean, the example I gave was from my own experience. The probability and linear algebra is the types of courses that I've found to be extraordinarily useful. I enjoyed algorithms courses. I took quite a few of grad algorithms courses in undergrad. I did a PhD as well in some of the more theoretical aspects of machine learning. And I found that the deep abstract mathematics gave me an understanding of how things fit together that really appealed to me. That appealed more to the way that I think individually, though, and I found that it helps me view the work that I do through a number of different lenses and very principled standpoints, which I think is very useful for being able to draw insight from metrics and intuition for the kinds of projects that will yield value and the kinds that won't. But the foundations of probability and linear algebra cannot really be overstated in terms of their ability to support everything else, regardless of which direction you decide to take everything else with.
If you enjoyed this clip, make sure you watch the entire video, which has a lot more content just like this. And if you want to make sure you don't miss any of our episodes where we talk to leaders in the tech industry, from software engineers to product managers to engineering manager, make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel and also click the notification bell.